Alright, picture this. Imagine wiping your brain clean of every woodworking tip, trick, and shortcut you've ever learned. That's what I did. I grabbed a handful of basic no-frills tools, the kind you'd find in any beginner's starter kit, and set myself a challenge. 24 hours to build something, approaching it with the mindset of a total newbie. No experience, no muscle memory, just raw curiosity and a little bit of fear. No fancy tricks, no shortcuts. Just me, a set of budget tools, and a head full of hesitation. Every move felt awkward, every grip unsure, and the weight of not knowing what comes next was real. You ever wonder why your first projects always look kinda wonky? So did I. Turns out, there's a reason for that, and it's not just about skill. That's why, for this challenge, I measured with uncertainty, made marks I didn't trust, and rushed cuts thinking it would make me look skilled. Spoiler, it didn't. I second-guessed every line and my hands shook with every cut. Spoiler alert, it made me waste more wood than I care to admit. My scrap pile grew faster than my project, and every mistake felt like a setback. By midday, frustration hit hard. Joints didn't fit, screws went in crooked, and sanding felt endless. My arms ached, and my patience wore thin. I started to wonder if I'd ever get it right. I started blaming the tools, wishing for better ones. But here's the thing, my mistakes weren't about the tools at all. It was about my approach, my mindset, and my willingness to slow down and learn. At some point, I literally had to slow down, not because I wanted to, but because rushing made a mess of everything. I realized that speed doesn't equal skill, especially when you're just starting out. I paused, measured more carefully, and actually listened to the tool. I started to pay attention to the sound of the saw, the feel of the wood, and the rhythm of each step. Suddenly, things started to click. My cuts looked cleaner, the parts fit. Nothing was perfect, but it finally felt like I was moving in the right direction. Each small success built on the last. Confidence crept in, not the cocky kind, but the quiet kind that says, hey, maybe I get this now. It's the kind of confidence that comes from doing, failing, and trying again. Mistakes still happened, but they weren't disasters. They were just part of the process, and I learned to shrug them off and keep moving. After 24 hours, here's what really matters. Patience, accuracy, and the willingness to keep going, even when it feels like you're getting nowhere. Doing it again and again. Repetition isn't glamorous, but it's how you get better. Every cut, every measurement, every mistake is a lesson. Tools don't make you a woodworker. Practice does. The more you show up, the more you learn. And the more your hands start to understand what your head can't explain yet. If you're feeling stuck or frustrated, trust me, that's part of the process. Every woodworker, no matter how skilled, has been there. It's normal to feel overwhelmed. Drop a comment if you're just starting out or if you've ever messed up a project and kept going anyway. Share your story. Let's build this community together. Like this, if you learn something the hard way, every mistake is a step forward, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Subscribe for real woodworking, no fake perfection, just honest progress, real mistakes, and the satisfaction of getting a little better every time you pick up a tool.